Welcome to Math Bytes. I'm Allison. Today we're talking about some of the basics of fractions. Most people hate fractions and find working with them confusing. So we're just going to cover some of the basics in this video and see if we can clear up some of that confusion. Let's start off with a definition. Basically, a fraction is a whole number over a whole number. So a over b, where a and b are whole numbers, and b is not equal to 0. Now, the numerator is the number on the top, in this case, a. The denominator is the number on the bottom, in this case, b. Now, you're probably asking, why whole numbers? Why not integers? Fractions can be negative. Good question. Actually, an integer over an integer is a rational number, and we're going to talk about those another time. So for now, we're just dealing with whole numbers. You might also be asking, why can't the denominator be equal to 0? Fractions are interpreted as division, and when we try to divide by 0, things break down and don't make any sense. So division by 0 is undefined. Therefore, no denominators equal to 0. Any whole number can be written as a fraction by putting it over the number 1. So 3 is equal to 3 over 1. 17 is equal to 17 over 1. 219 is equal to 219 over 1. You get the idea. You can write any whole number as a fraction simply by putting 1 in the denominator. Here's another basic point about fractions. If the numerator is greater than the denominator, then it's called an improper fraction. So, for example, 6 over 5, 7 over 1, 19 over 3. Those are all improper fractions because the numerator is a larger number than the denominator. Here's something else that's useful to know. The number 1 can be written as a fraction by writing any whole number over itself, except for 0, of course. So, for example, 1 is the same as 3 over 3, which is the same as 27 over 27, or 311 over 311. You get the idea. Any whole number over itself is just equal to the number 1. Now, that becomes very useful when we need to reduce fractions to lowest terms, and we're going to talk about that next. Here's something else you should know about fractions. We always express fractions in lowest terms. That means there's no common factors in the numerator and the denominator. Let's take a look at an example of that. Okay? Is 3 over 7 in lowest terms? Is there a number that divides evenly into both 3 and 7? No, there isn't. So 3 over 7 is in lowest terms. Let's look at another example. Is 2 over 8 in lowest terms? Is there a number that divides evenly into both 2 and 8? Well, yes, there is. 2 divides evenly into both 2 and 8. So let's write this out a little bit. 2 is the same as 2 times 1. 8 is the same as 2 times 4. So now we have 2 times 1 over 2 times 4. The 2's cancel out. They actually just become 1. So that leaves us with 1 over 4, which means that 2 over 8 in lowest terms is 1 over 4. You might also say that 2 over 8 reduces to 1 over 4. Okay, another example, this one with an improper fraction. Is 35 over 15 in lowest terms? Is there a number that divides evenly into both 35 and 15? Yes, there is. 5 divides evenly into both 35 and 15. So, on the top, 5 times 7 is 35. On the bottom, 5 times 3 is 15. Again, those 5's will cancel out. So we're left with 7 over 3. Therefore, 35 over 15 reduces to 7 over 3. Now it's in lowest terms. If you find fractions confusing, these few points probably didn't clear up all of your problems. But it's important to understand them before you go on to doing operations with fractions like adding and subtracting or multiplying and dividing. So make sure you've got these basics under your belt first, and then go on to working with fractions in other ways. That's it for this episode of Math Bytes. Thanks for watching. If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel. And if you have something you'd like us to talk about that's related to math, please email us. We're at contactmathbytes@gmail.com, and we'll see you next time.